Welcome back to the Maven Matriarch, the show for women who are redefining what it means to lead in business, in motherhood, and in life. I'm your host, Bianca Marie Burke. I'm a wife, mother, and entrepreneur, and I'm the founder of the Maven brand, where we help women step into their power. We help moms create a life that feels aligned, abundant, and deeply feminine. So before we dive in, I have something special for you. I'm hosting my very first ever Maven Reset workshop. It's being held on Sunday, December 7th at 2 p.m. And I would love for you to be there. This is an intimate 1 hour experience designed for the mom who's been running on fumes. She gives and gives and gives and gives, but knows she's overdue to pour back into herself. You'll walk away with clarity, calm, and a reset plan for the new year. Your energy, your routines, and your mindset will be refreshed. And because this is my inaugural workshop, it's only $27. Okay? The founder's special. Now you can sign up by emailing me at info@themavenbrandhq.com. The link for tickets is also in my bio and in the description as well. If there's a mom that you know who needs this too, send the link to her. We are building a community here, not just a group of events, right? We'd love to have you. All right, so let's get into today's episode. How to lead your home by leading yourself first. This is something I've learned the hard way, of course. You cannot lead your home if you're running on fumes, right? We talk so much about creating systems and being present and setting boundaries, organizing all the chaos. But real leadership begins at home and it starts with you first. If you feel anxious, disconnected, and stretched super thin, that energy trickles through your household, right? It spreads and everybody feels it. I always say that if the mom is not okay, if the woman of the household is not okay, the matriarch is not okay, no one in that house is okay. And I challenge you to fight me on that. If I am not at my best, if my spirit or my energy is low, my whole vibe changes, my whole tone changes, the way I speak, the way I carry myself, right? The way I respond. I'll be the first to admit that my energy can affect the entire energy of that home, of my home. It sets the tone for everyone else. And that is the power that the matriarch has. I remember a day when I wasn't feeling the best. I had loads and loads of laundry piling up, right? I was juggling the baby, trying to get work done. My husband was on the way and I didn't even take the meat out to thaw, right? So I had no dinner for him. He walked in the door and said, "Hey, babe, what's for dinner?" Ooh, I lost it. I blew up. I had the worst attitude, I have to admit. And he didn't deserve that. It felt like everything was waiting on me, right? I felt like I was done. I was tired. I was overwhelmed. And when my husband asked that question, it was just one more thing. And, he became defensive and you know how the night went, right? And rightfully so. When you lead yourself, your emotions and your habits, your mindset, right? Your home follows all of that. Not because you force it to, but because your energy becomes the anchor. That is the feminine energy, and that is the matriarch. Kids as well they sense the safety in a mother who is centered. And partners also follow the rhythm of a woman who is grounded. And your home mirrors your entire inner world. So, leading yourself isn't about control. A lot of people misunderstand that. It's more about ownership. It's about saying, I am responsible for my peace, not the kids, not the mess, not my husband or partner, not the season that I'm in. Me. That looks like creating moments of stillness for yourself, even 5 minutes in the morning. And I preach this over and over again, to breathe, pray, meditate, or journal. It looks like deciding what kind of energy you want your home to hold and protecting that fiercely. I've learned that creating habits of control truly help me to navigate my energy. So I'll share one small habit with you that I do to shift the energy in my home. And that habit is creating moments of silence. Before I blow up when things happen, right? Before I say anything, if something happens that happens to shift my energy for the worst, right? I step back, I take a step away, even, and I have a moment of silence. And in that moment of silence, I say to myself, it's okay to feel this way. I acknowledge it, I release it, okay? And I figure out the best way to respond to it. And that has truly helped me to shift the energy in my home. I choose silence before chaos. Okay. And this is not something that happens perfectly every single time. Okay. But in awareness, I'm able to practice it. And I'll tell you, it truly does help. Because when you're able to see yourself in that situation or step away and take that moment, you're able to observe from the observer point of view what's happening and evaluate and then react to it or respond to it, rather. So, leadership begins with self leadership. Okay. Before you can guide your children, you have to know your own compass. And before you can build a peaceful, calm, stable home, you have to create peace within yourself. And as the matriarch of the home, you are the thermostat. You don't just react to the environment around you, you set it. And when you start leading yourself, your home begins to transform without you barking orders or burning completely out. In building the Maven brand and the Maven Matriarch, I've spoken to a lot of women, a lot of moms who tell me that they don't like themselves when they're in a season of raising their children. And that is a heavy, heavy cross to bear because I know that they believe they are bad moms in those moments, right? When they're yelling at their children and trust me, I get it. But they're really just burned out. One mom told me that she doesn't want her children to remember her as an angry mom. And I absolutely resonated with that because you will feel anger in the moment, but you have to make the choice of how you're going to address your child and what effect it has on her. And I'm not here to give parenting advice. I'm here to let you know that if something is not resonating with your soul or with a behavior, it's not resonating with who you really are, right? And then there's something off. your children begin to mirror your calm. Your partner begins to rise with you. Your space begins to feel softer, safer, and more aligned. And this is the quiet power of feminine leadership. It does not demand, it influences. I have so many examples of this with my child, right? As well as my partner, right? I'm living it alongside you. And instead of yelling at my daughter, if she's doing something, and she's only 2, I mean, I'm not constantly yelling at her, but instead of getting angry or upset if she's doing something she's not supposed to do, I respond calmly, right? I take a step back and I say, okay, even though I feel the feelings, I'm aware that my response, she mirrors that, right? And if I feel anger, I then take the moment, acknowledge it, release it, and know that she is a child. And if I approach her in a calm manner and tell her the right way to do things or the right way to be, or no, that's not what we do, then she'll respond accordingly. And like I said, she's 2. She may not get it the first time or the second time around, but I will continue to practice this until she can understand and be an example for her to be calm. There are moments with my husband, right? I may feel the need to react in a way that's not calm, not pleasant. But when I step back in silence, okay, and take a moment and breathe and respond differently, I notice a change. I notice a shift in his energy as well. And that actually benefits our relationship and the way we communicate with each other. And in that moment, I'm actually leading. And when you model self-regulation, they learn self-regulation. When you honor your needs, they learn to honor their needs. And when you reset your energy, you give your entire home permission to do the same. That's what it means to lead your home by leading yourself first. It makes me think of what good leaders are in terms of a business setting as well, right? And that's what we do here at the Maven brand. We help moms lead their homes like CEOs. Okay? A good CEO leads by leading themselves first. They are the example. They lead by example. And I live by that. So if you've been feeling like your home has been in survival mode, I want you to know that you're not broken. You're overdue for a reset. And it's not about doing more, it's about doing less with intention, with more intention. And that's exactly why I created this workshop, the Maven Reset Workshop. In 1 hour, we're going to slow down together, reset your mindset, create rituals that work for your real life, and help you step back into that role of calm, confident leadership, the kind that flows naturally into your home. And you'll see how that opens up so many opportunities. And this is where it begins. That's happening on Sunday, the perfect reset day, by the way, December 7th at 2 p.m. Eastern. And the founder's special price is just $27. You can reserve your spot by emailing me at info@themavenbrandhq.com. Sign up by using the link in the description or my bio. Okay? If you've been waiting for a sign, this is it. Don't wait another moment to step into the identity of the modern matriarch. Your peace is your power. And when you reclaim it, your whole home breathes easier. I want to thank you so much for joining me on the Maven Matriarch today. If this episode spoke to you, share it with another mom who's trying to find her rhythm again. And don't forget to grab your seat for the Maven Reset Workshop, December 7th at 2 p.m. $27 to reset your peace, your energy, and your leadership at home in time for 2026. Remember, when you lead yourself first, your home follows. You are the heartbeat. You are the calm in the chaos. You are the Maven Matriarch. Until next time, stay grounded, stay grateful, and lead with love.